where you try to push the Kennen and say, hey, Kennen, you're always going to just go get involved in the lane. That's fine, Zika. I don't care. I'm going to be off in a side lane pushing through towers. I agree, bro.
He's nearly 1 Q away from death, and Weibo have decided that Jiejie is going to be the response, looking for a dive here. The stun lands into the flag and drag. That was beautifully comboed. Viper flashes trying to find a trade, but it's a sick. And it's going to be so fun to watch these two go blow for blow as the series goes on. But for now, we have the Dragon being started here by Weibo. Piercing arrow from Viper. Not going to go for the steal, and it's just going to be secured by Jiejie. Poke damage comes out onto Elk out thanks to Erha's peel. And now Xiaohu and Jiejie, they're looking for the realm warp in. Shun is in the area, but this is a 4v3. And now a 4v2 is Viper and On are going to use the portal to get themselves all the way out. On gets knocked up and hit into the rune prism. But he still doesn't take enough damage. Finally, Elk will step up and find that second kill. Good little try there from On with the bard trickery, but it's mostly doing that through turret plates or maybe a creative dive here with cease and desist up. That cancel back might screw over Zika, but it's okay. Jiejie is here to cover. Weaver's Wall comes across, and hey, it's still a numbers advantage over BLG. There is the slicing maelstrom. The stuns land, but the seismic shove comes across first, and Knight's able to flash out despite the turret aggro. They won't find the second kill onto Jiejie, but the fact they're able to come away with a 1-0 dive. This was spotted by Weibo. They at least saw him take the skull. They have to think, all right, he could go after the grubs right after, but Jiejie instead clearing out some vision in the mid lane. They're going to catch On trying to roam on over. Zenith Blade's going to bring Erha over the portal. He puts down the solar flare as well. On going to get rooted up thanks to Xiaohu, who should be able to find this very critical kill. I've even 2 versus 1. Very, very cautious. So they make it a 3v1. Yeah, good call there, Blocks. They're going to bring Knight right back on over. Zika's going to go into the lightning rush, get some move speed. Good dodge on that first Q, but it's the seismic shove of Knight that is the death warrant of Zika, no matter how much of a miss that was from Shun.
Yeah, I mean, we could say miss, we could say dodge. Either way, it's still just going to be the door slamming shut with Knight right there. And I really like what BLG are doing. They found a lane they could play through. They keep going for it. Erha looking to get aggressive. I wonder if you can wait a second. Yeah, for someone to go away.
Perfect time
Lovely.
from Erha. His Zenith Blades have been so on point. And who's going to be the real victor of it? Not just Weibo. More importantly, Xiaohu, who is now 2
towers. Unlock Bin to get himself into some other lanes and just keep the pressure on going.
Oh my god.
Elk.
He had no clue. He must have been sitting in that brush for nearly a minute, and Elk is going to burn his bear. Exactly how these two drafts we wanted to see them play out. It's a lot of turrets and, you know, void grubs and heralds here on the top side. Oh, hold on. This TP, oh man, Bin. No idea that both Erha and Jiejie are here. He flashes out of at least a solar flare, gets trapped in the Cataclysm, but the turret's doing a lot of work here. Xiaohu down about half HP there to TP Zika in with the slicing maelstrom. 3 versus 1 wasn't good enough. 4 versus 1 will get the job done.
Yeah, just a little bit of a brain switched off moment
for
right
Weibo,
there.
Though, that conversation I was trying to have earlier about how the game's going well for both teams, and this Dragon take would be big. Tempered Fate from On, he's going to stall it out. Knight puts down the Weaver's Wall. Herald's in here, so Shun can get himself out, but can he win the 50-50? No! It's Elk that secures the Dragon. Shun goes in with a cease and desist, but he doesn't have any help. Xiaohu and Elk just turn it right back onto him. Through the portal goes Jiejie, maybe a bit too audaciously. He's going to flag and drag and flash himself back out. Zika eats a huge piercing arrow. Flashes forward coming across here from On. Gets the kill onto Jiejie. Slow starting to stack. Xiaohu has to run with the phase rush. And Viper can't get close enough for any of these big piercing arrows. And Weibo are able to get themselves
just
on.
Just a mistime smite is good from Elk to be able to grab it. The key thing here, though, is look at where Bin is. He is not in the fight at all. Look at where Bin is in our picture-in-picture. He's in the grey screen.
Yep. And this is really going to... But how many more members are behind Shun? That's the real question. Yep, it's everybody but Bin. Please don't fight over a red buff. All right, Erha wants to do it. He goes in, is going to get stunned up, chained up from Viper. The Tempered Fate lands on Xiaohu and Jiejie in the background. Good play there from On. Cease and Assist comes across into the seismic shove combo. Great little pick to find there by On. Does he go too far forward the portal? He runs into Elk, fully transcended, who gets the free hit on the Knight, but there isn't enough damage to make that a punish. Great find from On and BLG to clap right back.
You say great find, and I mean, they did capitalize well on what they were presented, but classic LPL moment right here from Weibo. Erha decides, yeah, we're going to go fight over the red buff. Now they're going to try to turn things around, and Bin, he should have known that something was coming. He's been here for so long.
I mean, yeah, he needs to understand that he is the clear only play left. All of BLG are on the top side. And that is one of the big problems we've had with some of Bin's gameplay this year, getting caught for very little. They know it's 4v5 before that TP can come across. At the very least, they're going to start up the Dragon. Bring the aggro on over. Jiejie, the king of steals, it feels like in this LPL split. Can he go for this one? Weaver's Wall's going to block him. They go after On instead. And Weibo, I think they're just going to sack this dragon. Jiejie goes for it, does not get it, and Peyz with his life. Too little, too late. Yeah, they don't have Zika's TP for the flank. He's going to try and walk his way in. They don't have a smite. They have to look for this fight over thanks to the resistance shred. Zika needs a big slicing maelstrom. He's going to try and go in, gets the flash, goes after Viper. Immediate cleanse. Viper is out. Baron secure for BLG as the fight begins to break out. Big piercing arrow onto Zika. Xiaohu trying to kite back. Elk needs to do a lot of heavy lifting here, but Zika's already down. Elk tries to go after Oppo, uses the blast cone to get himself back out. Erha's down. All of Elk's teammates are falling around him, and there's nothing he can do to clean it up. It's On fighting the multi-kill, and Bilibili Gaming breaking. There's no reason for Jiejie to throw his life away to try and get soul when they have so many more chances. It leads into the Baron, and now all of a sudden, BLG are up 6k gold and counting, knocking down turret after turret.
And that was a bad play from them, but it's even further than that. It's fighting around that red buff for no reason that initially snapped any control they had. Good dodge from Erha.
Yeah, he's going to throw Solar Flare back out. Jiejie's going forward, but they've rooted up Elk, and they've trapped him. A beautiful Chains of Corruption. Viper says no need for your hyper carry. They do find a kill in the background. Erha very low as well, and it's Xiaohu going right after Viper. He gets the Rune Prism down. He has the Seraph Shield to find that turn. Weibo doing some heavy lifting without their AD carry, but now they're sectioned off 2 parts apiece. Jiejie going to do flag and drag, but Bin slams him down with the shovel, and he's going to hunt him down with the ghouls and the maiden. Bin's revenge saves a messy fight for Bilibili Gaming.
Oh my lord, we were talking so much praise right here for Elk, but that's now 2 team fights in a row that he's not able to have the impact that he needs, and that is going to be the base cracked on open. Another one of the goals we've talked about for BLG winning this game, who you put down early and then just are able to walk on over. This team can fight back, and BLG,
because my team is pushing the attack onto this Baron, and Weibo, I mean, they have an inkling.
Is it just gone?
But Jiejie doesn't get anywhere near this. The tempered fade from On is perfectly timed just in case there was any sort of 50-50. BLG are going to get this Baron. Weibo are going to make it a problem to try and get a fight on the backside, but it's a portal out from On, and BLG can just exit stage right. Weibo really sputtering to find any sort of play on the map. They're going to trade a Baron for a tier 1 turret mid lane.
Yeah, and I mean, they might get collapsed upon right here. Need to be careful to get away. They don't even pick themselves up this mid lane tier 1 tower. And Jun Huntin potentially looking to just press ulti and go flying in. Needs to be careful. Pretty squishy at the moment, although, of course, it does have the GA.
Yeah. You kind of throw caution to the wind when you pick up the GA. Still looking forward. Knight gets the Weaver's Wall down, but all the carries get on the right side of it. And we'll back up towards the base, but BLG, they are not letting off the gas. They're putting pedal to the metal as they'll finally look to try and knock down some inhibitors, and, well, they've got a wave aptly placed in the top side as well. Weibo will sack the mid lane inhibitor to try and protect these side turrets, but, again, they're going to stretch thin. Top turret is going to stay up, but bottom tier 3 goes down. Are they going to look for a play onto Bin? No, Zika doesn't even get close enough with that lightning rush. Weibo are just bleeding, and at some point, when are you going to fight back as that cornered animal?
Look at the poke coming through right here. Between Knight and Viper, they are constantly landing that
Elk.
Poke.
They get onto Elk, but Zika goes forward with a huge slicing maelstrom. Viper has to cleanse, flash himself back out. The Cataclysm goes down, onto On. Zika finds that first kill, and now Elk can step up. He's starting to pump up the damage with his Transcendence. Sun goes into the stasis, but he is as good as dead. BLG, they poked the beast a little bit too much, and now Weibo are looking for more. There's the Realm War forward, but a huge piercing arrow from Viper makes it a problem. Jiejie gets the flag and drag. Bin knocked up. Elk finally joining the fight, trying to be the big damage, but Viper gets Xiaohu over the wall, and Bin flashes out to safety. Everybody overexerting themselves, but Weibo may have gotten themselves a lifeline in their own base.
Yeah, they're going to sprint on out. They're looking to pick themselves up this soul point. Still, look in their base right here. They've got super minions knocking on the doors. The TP, they're going to look to end.
TP coming across. That Spinny's going all the way after the base, and Viper stalling out all of Weibo. They gambled after the dragon, and they're going to trade soul for the game. Giga Bin with the Giga TP to get BLG a 1-0 lead.